All right, welcome back, everybody. Here we go. It's U.S. Thanksgiving weekend. We had 3 games yesterday. We got one today, bunch on Sunday, one on Monday. So, great weekend for football here. So we might as well just dive right into last week's standings. So again, we have a new leader at the top, or combined leaders at the top. We have a 3-way tie with teams at 8 and 4. So we have Dallas, Tom, and Jeremy. Race is close there, about 50 or 45 points there between Dallas and Tom. Rob's not far behind, about 90 points behind Tom there. Jeremy's won 4 in a row, though, to get up to 3rd place, so that's super exciting. That's probably the longest win streak of the season that we've had, so that's good for him. Tom's won 2 in a row to get up there. Dallas lost last week, so that's why we have the big tie there. Then alone at 4th place, we have myself. I've lost 2 in a row, which is my longest losing streak of the season, so I've dropped to 4th place. Still have the most points for... Just looking quickly, I think I'm now the most points against. Yeah, and now the most points against. So, yeah, and well, looking at this week, I might have to do the most points for again. So we'll see how it goes. Next, we have 5 teams at 6 and 6. So one of these people is not going to make the playoffs, so we'll see who that could be. It could be 2 if Jen wins a couple in a row here. Let's see, we got Sunil at the top there with the second most points for in the league, followed by Rob, who's now lost 3 in a row. Evo Buddies have won 3 in a row to jump to 6 and 6, and Dave has won 2 in a row to get to 6 and 6. And unfortunately for Ty, he's now lost 3 in a row to fall to 6 and 6. So I know Ty is battling some injuries on his team. Rob suffered one yesterday, so we'll see what that does for him for this week if he drops to a 4th loss in a row. Hard to say. Next up, excuse me, in 10th place, we have Jen at 5 and 7, followed by Wayne at 4 and 8, and then Richard at the bottom at 2 and 10. So, looking at these quickly, I pretty much think all 3 teams are out of it. Jen's only got more points than Ty right now, and she's about 110 points behind Dave. So even if she catches up and ties them in records, she would be the one team that's just out of the playoffs. So it's a lot of work for her to do. She needs some luck. She needs like Dave or Rob or the buddies there to lose 2 in a row and her to win 2. And that's probably her best way to get in. So she could start with a win this week. Well, we'll see. That's against me, so we'll see what happens there. I noticed there was a couple fab bids this week, so I thought I'd just kind of bring those up. So on Wednesday's fab run, we had the buddies spend $66 on Devin Neal from New Orleans. Next closest bid was Rob at 35, followed by Dallas at 31. So trying to snag that, hopefully running back, maybe running back 2 for a few weeks, maybe the whole season. So we'll see there. Then Rob threw in $5 on John Mechie. Dave bid nothing, and then Alex Pierce became available, which I totally didn't see. So good win on Dallas there, dropping $9 on him over Ty, who spent 0 or tried to bid 0. So a couple picks. I just thought there was 3 this time, so a little bit of money spent there with Devin Nealon is $66. So buddies still have $20 left, so nothing too bad there. So yeah, we'll see what comes for the playoffs. So we might as well jump right in. Oh, before I do that, the trade deadline is tomorrow, Saturday. Just the 2 trades so far this season. Hopefully maybe we can see one more. I know I'm trying to get out there, trying to make stuff, but that bottom crew is so tight. I don't know if anybody's up for trading. You know, I already traded with Richard. Wayne, I don't know. Jen doesn't seem to respond, so we'll see what happens. But next up here, we'll jump right into the matchups. So the first matchup we have is myself versus Jen. Originally, I was predicted to win 178, 159. Now it's shifted to 169 to 161, still in my favor. Jen and I both had players go yesterday. She had Rashi Rice She had Gibbs and David Montgomery. Montgomery and Rice there got over projected. Gibbs was a bit under, but it all balanced out into her favor by a couple points in terms of projections there. So she still got a big score coming. I do like Stafford. I'm glad she didn't play Love yesterday, who put up 33 points, but Stafford could do the same. So we'll see. We'll see on Jennings and Hall and Hunter and Tucker this week. Algier snagged that touchdown away from Bijan from me, so we'll see. And on my side there, I had Jamar Chase and Ferguson go yesterday. Both guys had decent days, just didn't get touchdowns. So Chase with 18 and Ferguson with just under 9 with 8.6. So I like my team. Jen's got a good start yesterday. I had to put Daniel Jones up if Baker's hurt here. I don't know. Hopefully, if I have him in Pittman, I get a nice little stack going. I think Ibuka could be fine, even if Teddy Bridgewater plays. Bijan Cook should be okay. And then we'll see with Harrison, Washington, and DK there. DK here is mostly just like a punt return guy too. He gets a bunch of yards that way, so that helps in our point scoring format. So I'm hoping that will slightly put it my direction. I don't want to jinx myself and say I win, because that would mean 3 losses in a row, but I like my team a little bit better overall, just with the players who are left to play. Like, I know she had some big plays or big scores already, but I just think I have a little bit better all players down here for the remainder. I mean, I still got to put up 170 probably minimum, maybe 180 minimum to beat her. But yeah, just to play it safe, I'm going to take Jen for the win and hope for the best. So we'll see what happens. Okay, next up we have the Battle of the Evil Buddies versus Tom. Tom had a bunch of players going yesterday. The original projection was Tom to about 181 to 151, and now it's down to 163 to 147. So the Dak and CeeDee Lamb stock there for Tom was fantastic yesterday. Got a combined 48 points. Chase Brown got over projected with 18, but unfortunately for Tom, Zay Flowers only had 2 receptions for 6 yards and a fumble. So that was 1.6 points there, and then Baltimore's kicker only got the 2 extra points there for 2 points. So that really hurt Tom. And then Detroit's kicker was a little under projected, so that's why the Buddies score is a little bit under projected. Looking at the roster, I do think given who's left for, well, mostly for Tom and who the Buddies have to go, like I like Tom. We got Devonta Smith, Gainwell should be fine, Tyler Warren should be fine, Wandale's been great, Debo's been good, the Cuge has been great. Oh, the Buddies don't have a defense. I missed that there at the bottom. So give him 10 more points. Yeah, this could be pretty close. Let's see, we got Caleb, Tedero, DK, Judy, Kyron, H.N., Goddard, Schultz, Jefferson, Neal. We can see. I mean, he is banged up, but I mean, at this point, I mean, Keenan Allen could be okay. Maybe a Jacoby Myers if Brian Thomas Jr. doesn't play. You could throw that in, but I think I'd stick with Neal if you spend $60 on him, right? So he did pick up Houston, I see. So that's 11 points they got projected for him. So he'd still be roughly a 4-point underdog compared to Tom, but based on projections, let's see. I mean, Tom's in second place. His team's rolling. The Buddies have been rolling. I'm worried that Flowers and Baltimore kicker, their loop, hurt Tom a bit. Maybe a bit too much. Because these guys on Ty's team, I mean, other than Kyron and H.N., they can either, you know, they don't get a touchdown. They might be a little bit less, but other than that, sometimes they're way above that. Judy, we'll see. 10 points seems fair. Metcalf, 13 points is roughly what he's at, unless he has a really bad week, which I think he's had about 3 of those. Teteroa's been getting better. Teteroa. Jefferson, no, JJ worries me. But anyway, I'm going to give this one to the Buddies. Their team's rolling. Let's do it. Let's take the underdog here. I'm going to take the Buddies to win. Okay. Try to keep the pace going here. So we got Jeremy, who's on a heater right now. We got Sunil, who's the second highest point scorer of the season. Mahomes had a huge day yesterday for him. So I'll get to the projection right away. Romeo Dobbs got about projected. Andrews got about projected. Henry got about projected. The Baltimore defense got roughly projected. So yeah, so he was 175 to 168 originally, now 185. So that bumped him up about 10 points. Got about a 20-point projected lead at the moment. He's got McLaurin hopefully back this week. Maybe Jaden Daniels back soon, which is crazy. But hey, get in there. Trevion's been great since he's been in there. ETN's good. Swiss, yeah, 11 points I find is fair. Jeremy here, Purdy's been good. Jigba's been fantastic. Mooney's been okay. We'll see with Cousins again. McConkey's been getting more steady every week. Yeah, like pretty much 15 points since week 4. Well, no, every week between 16 and 13 and a half points he's gotten every week. So that's a good baseline for your team every time. Harvey's getting the ball more. Bowers hopefully continue to get the ball. Downs has been doing well. Aaron Jones, who knows? Franklin, yeah. Whew. I'm gonna give this one to Sunil. I think just based on his team normally scores a lot of points. So the 185, 175 projected seems pretty good to me. I'm not saying Jeremy's points isn't going to get there, but I think the guys he have, those are pretty much what they do every week. Barring an extra touchdown or something, right? Like maybe if they get 2 touchdowns. And then a couple guys maybe a little here and there, but I don't think it'll be like a 20-point difference. I think it'll be a little bit closer than that. I think a couple of these guys on Jeremy's might go over projected, like maybe Dowdle, maybe Downs if he gets a touchdown there, right? So I'm thinking he's probably going to be both teams up around the 180 mark there. I just think Sunil's team is going to pull this one out and move him to 7-6, Jeremy to 8-5, which would be very interesting for the standings. Okay, moving on. Next, we have Rob versus Ty, 2 teams who are 6-6. Both teams are 6-6 because they've been on 3-game losing streaks, right? So that's tough there. So originally, Rob was 171 to 145, and now he's 141 to 137. Main reason was that because Almond Rob got injured in the game, got 0 points, unfortunately. It's a low ankle sprain, that's what they're reporting. So that's 24 points off projected there. Jacobs was a little under just because he didn't get the touchdown. Javonte got pretty much projected. And then Worthy was slightly under. And then Ty's kicker, Butker, there was about 5 points less projected. So that's why he's a little lower. So now that they're pretty much projected to be even, what's their bench got? Anybody else they could always throw in? Not really, unless Ty takes out one of these tight ends here for Keyshawn Moody. He seems to be touchdown reliant, so he's either like 5 points or then he's 16. So he might want to put that in instead of maybe over Colson Loveland, but we'll see. And hey, who knows? But yeah, other than that, like I like Rob's receivers better. If Bucky does play, which he looks like he's supposed to, and Genty, I like them better than Jacoby and Javonte got. And then kind of the rest of the way down, they're about even in my mind. Like I don't like Shakir or Mechie, but I like Judkins and Otten. But Otten might be suffered if Baker doesn't play. Cade, Fanning, and Strange are all pretty steady, I would say, at that 8 to 10 points. So that seems pretty fair. Loveland's been about the same. I think I don't know what to think. I want to call Ty to win. I just don't know. Like, I think Rob's players can put up more points than what Ty's can do. I just think Genty and Bucky might be the difference to swing it back to Ty. No, I'm gonna give this one to Rob. I'm gonna go Rob on this one. Rob moved to 7 and 6, and Ty moved to 6 and 7. That's my decision. I don't know if I like it, but that's what I'm going with. Next up, we have Dallas and Dave. First place, Dallas, 8 and 4. Dave is 6 and 6, holding on to that 8th place currently. Originally, Dallas was 162 to Dave's 155. Now Dallas is 169. Dave's still pretty much 155, the same. He had Pickens yesterday, who had a great game. He had Andre Yoshivas. That's what I'm going with. Going yesterday. Dallas had Kelsey and Brandon Aubrey, both had a decent day. Okay, so for Dave, I like Drake May. Wilson, we'll see with Harrison back. Woody Marks has been good. Jonathan Taylor's been fantastic. Johnson's been good. Tyrone Tracy's been good with Scatterboot off. Malik Washington has been fairly steady, right? Right around that 10 points every week. Yeah, right around that 10 points every week. Slayton's questionable. He did practice on Thursday. Did practice on Thursday. So we'll see. Let's see here for Dallas. I'd like Hurts and Puka and Nico and Rome. Walker and Charbonnet, yeah. Excuse me. I'm gonna go with Dallas on this one. He's first place for a reason. I know he's had a couple of bad losses lately. But I mean, other than Jonathan Taylor putting up 50 points, I just think Dallas's team is just a little bit better than Dave's. So I'm gonna give this one to Dallas. All right, last matchup. Ooh, bottom of the basement. Let's see here. Both guys had some players playing yesterday. Richard was originally 153 to 134 and is now 174 to 117. So I don't want to call this one over. Let's see here. Richard had Goff get 23, Christian Watson 18, Jameson Williams with Amon-Ra getting hurt put up almost 27 points. So that was huge for Richard. Wayne had Lamar Jackson, who struggled last night and only put up 7 points. Yeah, I mean, that's a huge projection difference. I mean, looking at Wayne's receivers, Shaheed, Naylor, Coker, that's rough. I mean, Barkley's good. Kittle will be good. Dort should be okay. But with Harrison back, I mean, it's a tough one to play in there. I guess you could always put in Waddle, who he hasn't put in there after the bye week. So even if you take out, we'll say Naylor, because he's the lowest on the list there, it's about a 10-point extra. So we'll put Wayne about 125. And then for Richard, like DJ Moore's pretty good. Should get about that 10 points. Olave, same thing, about 15. Tootin, Ramondre around there. McBride's probably close to that 18 points. Brian Thomas Jr. probably right around that same. So, yeah, like I said, I know they've only played a couple players, but unless Richard's guys just get some goose eggs here, which, knock on wood, they don't. So I'm going to give this one to Richard. He'll move up to 3 and 10, and Wayne will go to 4 and 9. Okay, let's run through all the matchups here, and let's see. I took Jen to win in my matchup. I took Tom. Did I take Tom? Yeah, I took Tom. I feel like I didn't take Tom. I feel like I took the buddies. Sunil. I think I still took Rob to win, Dallas, and Richard. Have a great U.S. Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you get a chance to watch some football while you're working or not working. But anyway, have a good weekend, and we'll talk next week. Bye.